So guys, a month ago I met this influencer in Dubai. He was originally from Germany. He came to Dubai 3 years ago with his family and he was about to go back to his home country. See, the thing is that this guy had a very big audience, but he didn't have any clear strategy about how to monetize it. He was making all his money from brand deals, from partnerships, from referrals, from YouTube AdSense revenue as well. And let's be clear, he didn't have any real strategy about how to monetize his audience. And the real thing is that he was afraid of selling. He didn't want to sound like a sellout and he didn't want to sound salesy, right? So when I met this guy, after a couple of minutes, I knew that he was sitting on millions. So he was a bit skeptical, but at the end of the day, he had nothing to lose. So we decided to go all in. And I think he made the right decision because 7 days later, we generated $93,000. And bear in mind, we started from nothing. And in this video, I'm going to review the exact strategy we've used. Let's go. All right, guys. So the first step is always market research, because you might have an audience, but maybe you don't really know what they want or what they are actually willing to get in exchange of their money and attention, right? So here's the first step. The first step is to basically, just create a couple of stories to just engage with them and ask them what they truly want, right? Now, the next thing is that once you understand what they want, you just want to create like a lead magnet, which is basically like, a piece of content, or maybe like, a small course in a video or a PDF file that has a lot of value that will solve their problem, right? And once you have this done, right, you want to just basically promote the lead magnet, and that's what we did. We just decided to promote the lead magnet in exchange of the contact details of the people who wanted to actually buy our stuff. Next, once you identify what they truly want, you just want to put a lead magnet together, and a lead magnet is just basically a piece of content that is very valuable to your audience because it solves a specific problem. So let's say, for instance, you're an influencer in the fitness niche. You have, let's say, a 7-day workbook that can actually help people to get in shape or actually just lose a couple of fat, in 7 days. In that case, you just want to put this together. You just want to put your knowledge and your best techniques together and give it away for free. And that's exactly what we did here right now. So in order for the audience to get this lead magnet, they will have to jump on one-on-one calls with us, right? And of course, this is on purpose because we want to actually just explore the audience a bit more. We want to understand what they truly want, what they truly need, what's their current state, what their current situation looks like, and where they're willing to go, meaning that, what they're actually willing to achieve. So you really want to understand what they're willing to achieve, right? And obviously the best way to do this is to sit on one-on-one calls with your customers and your audience, and that's exactly what we did. We managed all for this influencer. So these calls are very valuable because we will get a lot of data, a lot of insights that were super helpful. And the best part is that we will truly understand what they are willing to afford and how much time they can invest in the solution as well, right? So in these calls, you literally have gems and you have tons of information that are super helpful. And remember, the goal of these calls is just to understand what people are willing to get from us in exchange of their money and their attention, right? So of course, during all those calls, we will take notes, and now you can guess that we will just end up with like 40 transcripts, and we had to actually go through everything just to understand what people want, what they need, and how we can help them. And as we had no time, we had to do it quite fast, so we decided to use ChatGPT and put everything into the machine to actually get accurate data points. So basically here, what we did is that we used AI and we saved a lot of time by doing this. And at this stage, you can understand what people want, what they're willing to afford, what they can pay, and how much time they can invest in your solution, right? And this should basically help you to outline the offer and also get a price point based on the data you collected on the calls, right? So this was super helpful because in that specific case, our client was a content creator who is basically in the fitness niche. So of course, he knew his audience a bit, so he could guess. But my point is that when you just want to get it right from the get-go, you just have to gather data, right? And that's exactly what we did here. So at this stage, we did the market research. We understood exactly what people wanted, and this will help us to outline the offer. So just to basically, just create an offer for an online course and an online community by having the main principles and the main key benefits for the audience inside. And now remember, we did all this in 7 days, so we had to go pretty fast. And on the day 4, we decided to actually create a pre-launch strategy to start the promotion of this online course. So the way we did this is pretty simple. We promoted the offer and built massive curiosity to educate the audience, right? So we were actually just posting stories, just asking them questions, just engaging them and teasing them about the solution. And this was super insightful because we were gathering a lot of data, and just to provide even more value to the audience while keep them waiting, what we did is that we offered them a lead magnet that was closely connected to the offer. So it was like a small tasting of the offer that we will give for free. However, to get it, people had to, just go through a page, enter their email address, their phone number, give their details, And at the end, once they will download the Lead Mania, they will also get a chance to enter into a Telegram group. And inside this group, we will provide a lot of value and engage more and more with the people inside. We just wanted to make sure that we will build a strong relationship with them while keep them waiting. So now this is super interesting because while the influencer will keep engaging with people to keep them waiting, with our team, we will just jump on the back end and build the skeleton of his course, right? So what we decided to do is that we just decided to create the models to script out everything to make sure that we can actually, just be efficient with our time. And we wanted to make sure that on the day of the launch, people will actually get something and get value out of it, right? So as we have a big team, we had someone scripting the videos, we had someone else taking care of the design, someone else taking care of the video recording, someone else taking care of the video editing, and someone else setting up everything, the platform, the payments, and all of that jazz, right? Now, the next step is that, of course, we needed the influencer to record some videos, and we didn't want to actually, just make some compromise on the quality because of the time. So we sent him a car and we got him in a studio in front of a teleprompter, and he had to record the courses, right? And we did all of this by following my friend's Alex Hormozzi's structure to make sure that people get a lot of value out of it, right? So you just want to make sure that whenever you launch something, you just deliver on your promise, you fulfill your promises. And of course, we'll just build up everything as we go, but people need to get at least 4 hours of content when they buy something, right? And so the most important part and what you have to understand is that upon joining, people will get online courses, so they will get some education about their problem and actually, something that will really help them to transform their life. They will also get access to a community where they can actually engage with people, ask questions, and just provide even more value themselves. Plus, they will also get access to a calendar where they can actually find live calls and just jump on calls, with the influencer. So once everything was built out, it's time for the launch. And what we did is that we decided to use a launch and open strategy. So it's basically a strategy where you are going to open the doors of your program for, let's say, 7 days to build out urgency and scarcity. And then after 7 days, you're going to close the doors, right? So this strategy is super efficient, and you want to make sure that people understand that you are launching something new. It's an MVP, minimum viable product. And that's the reason why you cannot open doors to everyone, because you just want to make sure that you provide as much value as you can to the people that will be joining, because quality is super important. Now, of course, there is 2 goals to this launch. First of all, collect some money, collect some cash flow. And number 2, you want to make sure that you gather more and more data, because people will now experience the platform and you want to make sure that you improve it from there, right? So now, super important, how did we launch the offer? So we used our multi-channel strategy. First of all, you want to make sure that you use your Instagram platform. So you create posts, you create stories. You just want to make sure that, you get more eyeballs. And remember, we collected people's data, right? We had their email address, their first name, their last name, their phone number. So we could either call them or either send an SMS. And of course, we decided to send SMS because we had more than 5,000 people joining this email list. So now it's time for promotion. And how did we actually promote this program? Very simple. First of all, we used the influencer's Instagram. So we created some posts, some stories to make sure that, we'll get some more traction. We also decided to boost this post to make sure that we'll get even more exposure. And remember, we collected people's data, right? We had their name, their email address, their phone number. So we decided to send some SMS campaigns as well, just to make sure that people don't miss the launch, right? At the same time, we sent a couple of emails, only 3, to promote the launch and actually just to tell the story behind it. We also use YouTube, so super important. YouTube is super valuable because you want to make sure that you can provide some long form content to your audience to explain even more how important this community will be and how important this launch is for you. And of course, we had this Telegram group with a lot of people who were engaging every single day, and we just push the promotion inside the group as well. Now, the day of the launch, it was totally crazy. We got a lot of sales and we made $20,000 in a couple of hours only, right? And that's where basically, he decided to just cancel his flight ticket and not go back to Germany because he understood that this thing had a massive potential. So we didn't stop there. We actually carried on providing value daily and talking about the offer every single day inside the community, inside the Telegram group, inside, the email list as well. We will keep sending some SMS to people as well to make sure that, they don't miss the offer. And, we also hosted some Q&As to make sure that we handle every single objection, because, you might have an audience, they might trust you, but they always have some objections. They always want to ask some questions. So it's very important to pay attention to this, to the details, and to provide some more value to make sure that you can get as much people as possible when you do a launch. So now just remember, the opening day strategy is just 7 days long, right? So on the last day of the launch, we did another $40,000 in sales just in one day. Why? Because when you're about to close the door, you just want to make sure that people understand that they will not have the chance to enter, especially at that price anymore, right? And this is very important because if you put it on the right way and people will understand that it's actually about providing value and just making sure that you keep the quality on top, right? So that's where you just send like a bunch of emails. You just actually send what's happening inside in the community. You just want to expose it more. You just want to make sure that people understand that other people just like them are getting insane value from whatever you have put together. And that's where we decided to work with the students to improve the offer and build out the full product with them, right? So you have to understand that people who join early will feel special because they're getting their access at a very discounted price, and as a result, they will engage even more. So here what we did is that we created a group with a small amount of people who actually joined the program to make sure that we can engage even more with them and just to get some feedback on the program and understand how we can actually improve it. And at the time we are speaking, what we're doing is that we're improving the program because it's not fully done yet, right? As I said, we have like 4 hours of content and our goal is to have at least like 20 hours of content, quality content that will provide value to the audience. So now our team is working with this client and we are taking care of everything. We are sitting on one-on-one calls with the students to understand how we can improve the offer. We are scripting the new videos to make sure that the content that will be inside the course will be a content of top quality. We are editing the videos, we are taking care of the community, we are taking care of the payment processors. We set up everything and he can finally relax and stay in Dubai thanks to this strategy. So guys, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. And by the way, if you want to know more about our strategies and how you can monetize your audience as well, you can book a free consultation call with our team by clicking on the link below. And on the call, we're gonna walk you through our blueprint step by step and brainstorm your offer and tell you the potential you have with your audience as well. Thank you for your time and attention, and I will see you on the next one. Bye bye.